Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your social studies class. I'm your social studies teacher, Alvina Gill. So, today we are going to discuss the chapter number 3 from the topic difference between the Gregorian calendar and Saga calendar. As in our last video of social studies, we have discussed up to the Saga calendar and structure of Saga calendar. So, today we will start from page number 27 and the topic will be difference between the Gregorian calendar and the Saga calendar. So let's start. I request you all to open your books and listen carefully. So, when we talk about the difference between the Gregorian calendar and the Saga calendar, firstly we will discuss about the Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar and it is globally the most widely used civil calendar. And January is the first month of the year and February has 29 days during the leap year. So these are the main characteristics of Gregorian calendar, that it is a solar calendar, most widely used calendar. January is the first month and February has 29 days. Now when we come to Saga calendar, this is a solar calendar. It is the national calendar of India and it is also used beyond Indian borders. Here the first month is Chaitra. Chaitra is the first month of the year and this Chaitra has 31 days during the leap year. As now we can find out the difference between the Gregorian calendar and Saga calendar. Gregorian is a solar calendar, Saga is a lunisolar calendar. Now January is the first month of the year in Gregorian calendar and Chaitra is the first month of the year in Saga calendar. February has 29 days during leap year and in this Chaitra has 31 days during the leap year. So these are the differences which we have to keep in mind of Gregorian calendar and the Saga calendar. Now the next topic is time in history. In history, we notice dates, year, decades, centuries, etc. In history, when we read the books of history or when we study something about, so here the dates are given in like dates, years, decades, centuries, like this they are given. For example, 273 BC or AD 711. But what do they mean? How they have calculated? These dates or years are counted from the assumed date of birth Christ, who was the founder of Christianity. Now, the thing is that they are considering or they are counting the dates or years from the assumed date of the Jesus Christ, who was the founder of Christianity. Now, when we talk about BC, AD, what they do mean? So, we will discuss about that. BC. BC stands for before Christ. All dates before the birth of Christ are expressed in BC. They are count backward. Example 273 BC. It means 273 years before the birth of Christ. It is normally written in small capitals and placed after the numerals as in 500 BC. Now BC, the full form of BC, and it stands for before Christ, means all the events which happened before the birth of Jesus Christ, that we are counted in as BC. Okay. Now moving to BCE. BCE stand for before common era. Example 273 BCE. AD and CE. AD stands for the two Latin words Anno Domini. That means in the year of our Lord Christ. All dates of year after the birth of Jesus Christ are expressed in AD. These years are counted forwards. Example 2018 can also be written in AD 2018. That is 2018 years after the birth of Christ. Now AD means Anno Domini. That means the year of the Lord or Christ. Now all the dates or years after the birth of the Jesus Christ, they are expressed in AD, means they are counted forwards. After the day, means all these things happened, of these events are happened after the means, like what we can say, years are counted forwards after the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, moving forward, here we have to find out the difference between two dates that are either both in BC or both in AD. We subtract the smaller date from the bigger one. Example, the time difference between 2000 BC and 500 BC is equal to 2000 BC minus 500 BC, that is 15 years, 1500 years. Similar is in the case of AD. On the other hand, to calculate the time difference between the two dates where one is in BC and other is in AD, we add two dates. Example, time difference between 500 BC and 1500 AD years is equal to 1 plus 1. That is 500 years is equal to 2000 years. So the thing is that when they are given in the similar, like both are given in BC, so what we will do, we will subtract the bigger one from the smaller, means first we will write the 2000 minus 500, that is 15 years. When it is given, one is given in AD and second one is given BC, so what we will do, we will add. Okay, we will add that both the years and we will get the exact one. AD is generally written in small capitals and should be placed before the numerals as in AD 400, not 400 AD. The reason being, AD is an abbreviation of Anno Domini, which means in the year of our Lord. However, when the date is spelled out, it is normal to write the 2nd century AD, not the AD, the 2nd century. Now CE. CE stands for Common Era. For example, 2018 CE. C, it stands for the Latin word circa, which means approximately. It often precedes date. For example, C 1947. BP. Sometimes BP, that is before present, is also used to denote past events. Means BP before present, means these are used to denote the past events. Now, purpose of time denotation. The term BC and AD are mentioned to denote the time of happening of a particular event or events. Means why we are using these time denotation? Why? Because to mention that when this event happened, in which century, at what, where, which was the century when these things happened. So for that we are denotation of time is used. The also indicate the historical significance of events and activities. For the convenience of study, we can say that AD 2000 or 2000 CE as the present age. In the same way, we can say that 2000 BC or 2000 BCE, it is used to indicate that a date is before the Christian era or the Common Era. Now class, I request you all to read the chapter once again, understand its main topics, as like we can see this differences AD, BCE, before Christ, AD means after the birth of Christ. What is now BP we can see, before present, it is used to denote past events. Whatever the main topics, difference between the Saga calendar and the Gregorian calendar, please read all the topic once again. You will understand all the topics because this is very easy chapter, not so difficult or typical. You can find out the exercise also by reading the chapter. So class, read the chapter once again. Try to find out the exercises. We will come with the other video of social studies in which we will discuss the exercises of the chapter. So class, take care. Thank you for listening. And please, most important thing, stay safe and stay healthy and stay at home and keep studying. Thank you. Have a nice day, my dear students.